Welcome to the English Literature and Creative Writing Department at Lancaster University. In these episodes, you'll get to know our students and their experiences studying at our department.
Hi, I'm Lauren, I'm 21, I'm from Harlow in Essex, and I've just completed my third year in English Literature and History. A fun fact about me is that I love to paint, anything really, acrylics, watercolours. I also just love to draw, oil pastels, that kind of thing. I've always loved reading, but no, history was always my true passion. I'd say I'd always wanted to study history more than English. But then by the time I got to study my A-levels, I just grew to love A-level English literature so much more than history. And then I was just so conflicted. I was like, what do I do? And then my A-level English literature teacher was like, hey, do you know about joint honours? And I was like, no, tell me more. I researched it. It looks amazing, compliment, because the two subjects overlap so well. It's definitely been a good choice for me to take that on. And then when I chose to do English literature at A-level, it was just so much more varied than GCSE. Again, with the coursework and stuff, it became a lot more independent. And I don't know, I feel I came to love analysing the text a lot more and everything. And I was just like, oh, I don't want to give this up now. I've always wanted to go to university. It just felt like a kind of natural progression. I'd always loved learning. My older sister went, so it was kind of just normal to follow on from her, I think. Yeah, it was obviously a great choice because I don't know what else I would have done without doing it. The reason I chose Lancaster in particular, or actually, it's quite funny, it was my reserve. Obviously, you get 5 options on UCAS, and I chose it, just put it in as my 5th one because my older sister went here. I wasn't even thinking really of going here. I just kind of knew she liked it. And then I came for the open days. I absolutely loved it. I just thought the campus was gorgeous. And then I stayed at her house in the city centre. Didn't realise it was this historical, and also obviously studying history. I thought it was just perfect. It was really beautiful. And the location gave me the opportunity to just explore different parts of the country. Obviously, coming from Essex, it's so far away for me to travel if not. So I was able to go to Manchester and Edinburgh and the Lake District in my spare time as well. It's quite different from what you do in GCSE and A-level. There's a lot more freedom in the novels you can choose, and it's a lot more of independent thinking. There's a wide range of novels you can do. It's not just kind of the traditional text you think of, you don't do Of Mice and Men, that kind of thing. You do poetry, films, novels, critical essays, that kind of thing within it. There's a wide range of modules as well. I took pre-modern Gothic in my third year, and that had medieval texts in it. But you can also do a lot of contemporary novels too. My dissertation was completely about postmodern novels. So there's a very wide range, and you're not really stuck in these categories that you're kind of used to in GCSE and A-level. I think it's a really important subject to study. The arts in general, I think, get a lot of stick in comparison to sciences, but it's so important just to be an independent thinker, and especially in regards to everything that's going on in the world right now, including Black Lives Matter and stuff. It's important to know history and literature of other cultures and everything. It just opens your mind so much. It's a really interesting thing to study. And it's so creative as well, and the approach you can do it. It gives you so many good skills, and they're so applicable to so many jobs kind of thing. It's a very open thing if you're not really sure what you want to go into in the world of work afterwards. The humanities and English literature, just all the arts, they give you a very wide set of skills to be able to go into the world of work afterwards. In English literature, I'd have to say it's Victorian, and that was in my second year. So that was a whole year course. It was a 30 credit module. Main reason just because I really love the Victorian era, and also because I was taking a lot of 19th century modules in history as well, so they really complemented each other. We did a wide range of texts from the Victorian era, including poetry and then novels as well, and some essays by Matthew Arnold. So it was a really good eye-opener to a period that I'd always kind of been interested in. I love classical Victorian novels, that kind of thing anyway, anything from the 19th century. So it was really good to delve further in depth with that and write essays about kind of all of that stuff. Actually made me love poetry. I never really liked poetry before. I hated it in school. And I was always worried about studying poetry, doing English literature, but it actually became one of my favourite things on the course. And I found it really interesting to write essays about it. It was easier to do the structure and everything. Personally, I'm really interested in the idea of digital archiving, which is archiving going into heritage studies. So alongside my history degree, I'm also going to pursue a master's next year in digital humanities. So looking at the way we can preserve records online, that kind of thing, converting them into digital documents. At the moment, I'm currently doing a online volunteering thing with the Boston Public Library, transcribing anti-slavery manuscripts from the 19th century all around from the east coast of America. So yeah, definitely getting in with my heritage studies, that kind of thing. That's what I'm interested in. I actually heard about it from Sharon Ruston, one of the lecturers. She was working with these manuscripts from Humphrey Davy last year. So I emailed her about that, and she told me about Zooniverse, which is like this online volunteering website where there's loads of different kind of manuscripts. It doesn't have to be like history or English related. I think there's scientific things going on as well. I just kind of logged in after I finished my degree, found out about it. I was like, wow, that's really interesting. I love 19th century stuff. And signed up, and I've been doing it ever since. Good use of my time, good experience. I've also had some experience in marketing as well. That would be a really interesting option. I'm not quite closed off at the moment of what I can do. It's just seeing what opportunities there are out there, but there is so many things you can do with the degree. The hardest thing when you start in first year is just balancing your time and trying to motivate yourself, because obviously it's a lot more independent being at university. You've not got a timetable like you're at school. So it's trying to set that structure, making sure you're well prepared with reading your text and researching essays. By the end of third year, you're used to it. You get into a routine when you know how well you work, how fast you work, what's the best way for you to write an essay. But I think when you first start, it is a lot harder just to get into that routine. But you do eventually adapt, and you just learn the way you work well. So yeah, I think that is one of the harder things. It's just adjusting to how independent it is compared to your school years. You're not as spoon-fed, really. I would recommend for anyone starting university to definitely involve themselves in society straight away. I just joined history and Disney Society my first year, but my second year I wanted to try out so many more things. And I signed up to Taekwondo. I knew a girl from history that was also part of the society, so we partnered up. And it's just a really great, combining exercise. It's also fun. You learn a bit of self-defense. There's great socials too when it comes to like the sports societies. I just wanted to get some exercise, really. I feel like I was a bit lazy in first year, and I was like, I do like exercise, and it was a good thing because there's 2 sessions per week, and so it was quite a good thing to balance with everything else, like socials and whatnot. I don't know, I just thought it'd be cool to learn self-defense. I'm only 5'1", kind of tiny. Thought it'd be quite cool to be able to know how to fight people off, kind of, or protect yourself. I think the English department is a lot closer with everything we do. Also just in terms of like our reps, I've taken part in like departmental quiz nights, that kind of thing. It's really good at bringing students together. But not only that, just the content that's on the course. We've got some really wide-ranging modules you can take, especially in your third year, like medieval literature, post-colonial environments, monstrous bodies. There's some really cool, interesting ways to do it. And also, I'd say with our proximity to the Lake District, there's a really good and strong emphasis on romanticism. I know we've got a really good romanticism department as well. There is, it's just a good variation, especially for critical literary theory as well. Obviously, we've got links with Terry Eagleton, who's just a big guy out there for English literature, of course.
If you want to know more about the department, please check out our website at www.lancaster.ac.uk. Look there for the Department of English, Literature and Creative Writing. You can also follow us on social media. We would love to hear from you.